KUAM News Headlines is presented by CALVO'S Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson and the Adahi Itano program. Cars Plus kick off our holidays by supporting the Make-A-Wish Jingle Rock Virtual Run. Visit the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Guam and CNMI Facebook page for details. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it, and King's Restaurant, always open, always local, and serving up favorites for over 40 years.
Ahead on Primetime, the island marks its 108th COVID-related fatality, a longtime Department of Corrections officer. Plus, starting tomorrow on Thanksgiving, if you're caught violating the governor's executive orders, you could be subject to a fine. And a proposed 14% increase to your monthly power bill has been averted. We'll tell you how coming up.
Hafa adai and good evening, everyone. We begin this evening again on a somber note. Guam recorded its 107th and 108th COVID-related casualties. The 107th was a 55-year-old female who passed away at the Guam Memorial Hospital at around 12:15 a.m. Tuesday morning. According to the Joint Information Center, she had underlying health conditions that were compounded by COVID. She was admitted to GMH on November 8th and tested positive when upon admission. Meanwhile, the 108th COVID-19 victim was a senior officer at the Department of Corrections. DOC is mourning the loss of Glenn Martinez. The 48-year-old served at the department for over 23 years. According to the Joint Information Center, he tested positive for the virus on November 21st and was admitted to Naval Hospital yesterday. Martinez had underlying health conditions and passed away at around 6:50 p.m. Tuesday. DOC Director Joe Carbolito expressed condolences to the Martinez family on the link this morning. He said he planned to release a message to all DOC personnel regarding the loss and on the COVID-19 outbreak at the prison.
It's unfortunate that we had to lose a life during the height of this pandemic, but it's part of the job. We all understand our job here. It's a very difficult job to do. We're doing our best, with everything that we can do as far as the preventive measures that are in place. I'm very saddened with the latest news, but we have to continue to move forward and try to do our best to protect everyone else that's continuously working hard to do what we need to do to protect the rest of the population.
DOC issued a statement saying the loss of Officer Martinez is devastating and will be felt by many. His character and contributions as a corrections officer will be remembered by all who worked alongside him each day. We are grateful for his years of service, and he will be sorely missed. DOC is committed to honoring his memory and never forgetting his courage and dedication to the department and the people of Guam. The entire DOC family sends its heartfelt condolences and prayers to his family during this difficult time. Carbolito says at least one other officer has been hospitalized, along with 5 inmates and detainees. No additional retests have been conducted since last week. And an employee of the Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center has passed away due to COVID. Director Teresa Arreola was unable to release the name of the person or any further details, but says the fatality occurred this past weekend. Arreola says she has been in close communication with the family and offered the department's condolences. She said, quote, "As you know, GBHWC has been open since the pandemic and continues to serve others during this time. And while serving others, we are reaping in the effect of grieving. It's what healthcare providers go through. We are all affected by this deadly virus. We share your grief and thank you for sharing your loved one with us. And to the people of Guam, we really do need to count our blessings, and that means keeping everyone safe." Arreola says 5 other employees contracted the virus since March, but have recovered. As for the latest numbers, out of 626 samples, 53 returned positive. This brings Guam's COVID case count to 6,655. There are currently 1,596 people on Guam fighting the virus, while more than 4,900 people have recovered. The island's COVID Area Risk Score, or CAR, is now 8.9. The goal again is to get down to 5 or below. According to Adloop, if we are able to get down to 5, the governor might be inclined to ease more restrictions. The CAR score accounts for the incidence of new cases, how well current testing identifies those cases, and the rate of spread. And as for hospitalizations, there are 44 COVID admissions at the Guam Memorial Hospital. Of that number, 7 are receiving ICU level of care with 4 on ventilators. At GRMC, there are 4 COVID patients with 1 in ICU, and at Naval Hospital, there is 1 patient on a ventilator over there. And starting tomorrow, Thanksgiving Day, you could be fined if you're caught violating public health directives. And the governor's executive orders meant to contain COVID. 2 public hearings were held on the draft enforcement rules and regulations earlier this month, which were adopted last week. KUAM's Sabrina Salas Matanani spoke with Adloop Communications Director Crystal Paco San Agustin.
So how we got from last week's adoption of the enforcement regulations to today, why did it take so long? I know that question did come up. Well, we wanted to make sure that we had a venue for those who wanted to challenge the citations issued to them. And so we actually copied, or we modeled this after getting a traffic violation, or a speeding ticket, for example. And so if you were to get cited in the next few days after the enforcement of these regulations, you could challenge your citation. You could, the same way you would for a speeding ticket, you would go to traffic court and you would either challenge it or you pay the fine.
Individual violators could face fines of between $100 to $1,000. Business penalties range from $1,000 to $10,000. You can report violations by calling 311. Challenges can be made through the Superior Court Traffic Division. You can watch the entire interview with the governor's communication director on our Facebook page. The local tourism industry remains relatively dormant, but the Visitors Bureau and the airport are still preparing for the eventual reopening of Guam with plans for COVID testing of arriving passengers. GVB Vice President Jerry Perez says he and airport manager John Kinata are working on procedures with the administration's surgeon cell.
The medical issues can be resolved easily. It's just the what to do process, which is a plan that JQ and I are talking about, needs to be worked out, and that has not really been done, and that's what we're working now to try to pull together, so that when the governor is inclined to agree with it, at least we have something in writing that spells it all out.
But Perez says they're also working on another plan using a new testing app. He says it's an end-to-end product that can be used during a tourist visit. He says the kits are FDA approved and are federally reimbursable, so they hope companies here that cater to tourists will buy into the program.
The difference between what they're doing now in Guam and what we're planning to offer is that the quality of the testing along with the integrated technology. And so what is happening then is the safety protocols are interlaced with the testing and is embedded in an app.
The app is called Wellness for Humanity. According to its website, it uses an antigen test to rapidly determine an active virus infection. In other news, a proposed 14% increase in your monthly power bill has been averted. The Utilities Commission found a way to absorb the hike for now, while Guam remains mired under this COVID pandemic. Here's more. GPA was seeking the increase in the face of rising global oil prices. Its projected cost per barrel of about $39 was actually about $54. It needed a 28% hike in the fuel surcharge known as the LEAC to cover half of a projected $30 million fuel cost under recovery. But as CCU board member Simon Sanchez explains, the commission agreed it's a bad time to raise rates.
It's been a very difficult year for COVID, and next year could be even more difficult. We know federal money's running out, and things aren't going to come back right away. So our ratepayers need the help now. But the CCU still had to come up with a way to prevent GPA from coming up short on its future fuel purchases. The commission decided to tap into a self-insurance fund, money it's been socking away in case of emergencies. If this isn't an emergency, I don't know what else would constitute an emergency. So he says the commission needed to get a little creative. Let's take half of that $20 million And let's reduce our $25 million capital improvement spending next year by another $5 million. That $10 million plus the $5 million will offset the projected increase in oil that we expect next February through next August.
Rates will stay the same until then, but GPA will eventually need to replenish the rainy day fund. Sanchez believes they can spread that out over 5 years, keeping the rate impact to a minimum. And we'll be back with more news right after this.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
We value relationships because when we commit,
I love you guys until you're 80, until you're 90, until you're 100, forever.
We are in it for the long run, so you can enjoy the moments that matter. Because when we commit to relationships, we never stop caring. CALVO'S Select Care, health care that is always there for you. Federal employees and annuitants enroll today.
It makes myself and it makes my team members very proud to work for an organization that has been on island for many years with its focus on reliability, dependability, and commitment to the communities that they operate in.
Matson's a great corporate citizen to the community.
We all benefit from any sort of environmental commitment we make. One of the ways.
Are you looking to save? Here at Cars Plus, it's Black Friday every day. You'll love our entire Hyundai SUV lineup, like the 2020 Hyundai Tucson, ranked Best Compact SUV by J.D. Power in 2020. Drive home in your new Tucson starting as low as $158 per paycheck, equipped with Guam's only lifetime powertrain warranty. That's right, there's only one place to shop for your SUV this November. It's here at Cars Plus. Call us at 477-7807 to schedule your appointment today. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
The only way you beat 6-month aged cheddar toasted on the shell of a chalupa is to put it in this box. The Toasted Cheddar Chalupa box is back for a limited time. Only at Taco Bell.
KUAM News, winner of the 2020 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Social Media.
Welcome back. In national news, President-elect Biden formally introduced several members of his incoming administration today, while President Trump also made his first public appearances since the administration officials began the formal transition process. But the president still has not conceded, now 3 weeks after Election Day. Natalie Brand has the latest from the White House.
Well, good afternoon, everyone.
President-elect Joe Biden presented his key diplomatic and national security nominees Tuesday.
We're going to have the first woman lead the intelligence community, the first Latino and immigrant to lead the Department of Homeland Security, and a groundbreaking diplomat at the United Nations.
The picks include Alejandro Mayorkas to serve as Secretary of Homeland Security.
My father and mother brought me to this country to escape communism.
And Linda Thomas Greenfield to represent the United States at the UN.
Only in America would we be where we are today.
Nearly 3 weeks after the election, General Services Administrator Emily Murphy officially signed off on the beginning of the transition process.
I'm pleased to have received the ascertainment from GSA.
The Biden-Harris transition team is now in contact with federal agencies, and a key focus is the country's most pressing issue, the coronavirus pandemic. President-elect Biden sat down with NBC Nightly News anchor Lester Holt.
I think we're going to not be so far behind the curve as we thought we might be in the past. And there's a lot of immediate discussion, and I must say the outreach has been sincere.
The president did not address the transition, but made brief remarks praising the stock market.
I just want to congratulate all the people within the administration that worked so hard.
On Twitter, President Trump still says his challenges to the election results are moving full speed ahead.
You invite President-elect Biden.
But CBS News has learned the president has signed off on sharing the high-level daily intelligence briefing with President-elect Biden. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Back here at home, Guam Education Board Chairwoman Maria Gutierrez says, heads up, senators, we're coming in with a supplemental budget. Much of the discussion at the recent GEB monthly meeting focused on the added funding needs the department plans to submit to the legislature. After getting a significant cut of $15 million during this budget cycle, they plan to request for more funding.
Remember, we have 30,000 students. We have the heart, and we need to provide those services. We have students with special needs, and we appreciate the federal fundings that we're receiving, but that can't handle it. Our interscholastic, I understand yesterday the coaches had their own forum of what to plan in the event that they are going back to this offering the interscholastic sports. So those are the things that, if people saying that DOE is getting too much money, no, they really need to be there to know what's going on.
A set figure has yet to be determined, but is expected to be announced by December 15th. We should add, since 2008, GDOE has experienced a budget cut of $30 million. Also during the board meeting, Safe and Healthy Schools Committee Chair John Burge provided a school readiness update on the reopening dashboard.
The dashboard is based on the CDC framework and public reports from the Department of Public Health and Social Services. Basically, the dashboard has two core indicators: the number of new cases per 100 people within the last 14 days, and the percentage of positive tests during the last 14 days. And based on the latest core indicators given to us, our community is at the highest risk level, with 838.1 new cases and 14.3% positivity rate over the last 14 days.
January 4th has been set as the moving target date for reopening public schools. Every Friday at about 11, the Safe and Healthy Schools Committee is briefed by the District School Readiness Task Force. Their formation was sparked by the onset of the pandemic after recognizing the lack of aid and supplies in their neighborhoods and communities. Para Todo Hit continues to serve families through diaper distributions and even goes as far as providing services not offered through unemployment assistance, such as transportation. Volunteer Lindsay Williams.
We have another 80 families that we're just trying to get diapers out to. They had called us and asked us for help, and we're just trying to do that last push to get diapers and wipes and PPE out to them.
With unemployment assistance winding down, Lindsay says people are stretching their resources more than ever. The group is holding a raffle fundraiser this week. All you have to do to enter is PayPal them.
$5 is worth 1 entry, $10 is worth 3 entries, and $20 is worth 10 entries. And the prize is artwork created by a Chamorro artist, one of our friends in the diaspora, Roldi Ablao. And it's the original artwork, and he's also going to throw in some other little gifts and things that he's made.
The winner will be announced on Friday, November 27th at 6 p.m. on their social media pages. The back gate to the U.S. Naval Base Guam will be closed due to construction beginning Monday, November 30th to Friday, December 1st. The MBG front gate will remain open for 24-hour access. There will be 3 inbound lanes and 1 outbound lane Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Delays are expected, so plan accordingly. Patrons are further reminded to have ID readily available and extended outside their window to be scanned. Put face covering on and take sunglasses off prior to arriving at the gate. Roll down the vehicle's back window and be ready to answer questions about your wellness. And you can help grow scholarship funds for University of Guam students by shopping on Amazon. Amazon Smile is a nonprofit foundation created by the online retailer and is a separate site from Amazon.com. Users can select the UOG Endowment Foundation as their beneficiary, and Amazon Smile will donate 0.5% of that user's purchases. Shoppers can go directly to give.uog.edu/Amazon Smile and start shopping. Not all products for sale on Amazon.com are eligible under Amazon Smile, but the prices are the same on both sites. The Amazon Smile drop-down menu in the navigation bar displays a running tab of how much of a user's purchase amounts have been donated to the foundation. The partnership with Amazon Smile coincides with the November 5th launch of the foundation's year-end G is for Giving campaign, which seeks to raise funds for student scholarships and UOG programs. And now with regional headlines, here's KSPN 2 News.
Hafa Guam, here are the headlines for CNMI. Initially, the CNMI was scheduled to receive the first batch of the COVID-19 vaccine Pfizer by today, November 23rd. According to CHCC CEO Esther Muña, this was to be about 2,000 doses for the healthcare workers and frontliners. But due to the delay in emergency use authorization by the FDA, the arrival of the first batch has been pushed back.
In regards to the tentative date for the 23rd has been moved forward, and we will be providing an update. And there's no reason that or any difficulty that's coming short from CNMI. It's the distribution site that's holding back. There's pending emergency use authorization that needs to happen with FDA and Pfizer as well as Moderna. So they before they launch the ship outs, they want to make sure all the T's and the dots are in place.
No new date of receiving the first batch of Pfizer vaccines has been set yet, but Munoz says they are currently focusing on getting the data out to the public on the effectiveness of the vaccine.
What we're doing right now is, as part of our planning, is to get the messaging clear. We want to be transparent. What we hope to get in the next few days are the data that shows the efficacy and the safety of the vaccine. So we will definitely be sharing that with the community as well. We will also be, making sure again that our at least our providers, we've already received some interest to get vaccinated, and so we can, how that, I guess they can be our the model to present to others that if it's to validate it if that's what people want to see, of course.
Another part of the discussion about the arrival of Pfizer is the stowage, which must be in ultra-cold temperatures. And Villagomez says CHCC will be ready.
We are coordinating the procurement of an ultra-cold storage. So it's in its final stage right now. We have the equipment reserved, so we're coordinating the logistics, but we are going to be in time to have the storage and receive the allotment of vaccines from the federal government. That ultra cold storage would also be sent to Rhoda and Tinian as well.
When the vaccine does arrive to the CNMI for public distribution, Governor Torres is encouraging everyone to get it, to not only protect yourself from COVID-19, but also those around you.
First and foremost will be our doctors and nurses and first responders. That is a priority, and that is 100% first approach. And I know that I was asked, and one of it is to also showcase that the safeguard of, or the safety net of taking the vaccine and the pros of getting vaccine. And so if I was to be asked to take that vaccine, I would be happy to take it, as well as my family. And I hope that this encourages our community, the importance of taking vaccine. Now, again, we can go back and go back and forth on the health issues and so forth. But at the end of the day, is COVID, how dangerous is COVID, right? That's, at the end of the day, that's the question that we ask ourselves. What is the risk?
For more news, visit SaipanTV.com. For KSPN2 News, I'm Ashley McDowell.
And this just into the newsroom. The JIC confirms that Guam's 109th COVID-19 related fatality occurred at the Guam Memorial Hospital at approximately 11 a.m. The patient was a 65-year-old male with underlying conditions that were further compounded by COVID-19. He was admitted to GMH on October 22nd and was a known positive case. The JIC report also indicated that out of 1,119 samples, 50 came back positive for COVID. To date, there have been a total of 6,705 officially reported cases of COVID, with 1,639 cases in active isolation and 4,957 not in active isolation. And as of November 25th, the COVID area risk score is 6.8. We're going to take a short break and be right back.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Más.
Get going with GTA Prepaid Unlimited. It's easy to load. Simply press *488#, send, select 2 on your screen, and then load. And with fast LTE data, you're able to quickly connect and share to your digital world. Plus, with reliable service, you're able to connect with loved ones whenever, wherever. GTA, we start with you.
Okay, so what are we thinking today?
I just need a trim.
Okay, well, luckily you are in great hands.
Perfect.
The $1 stylist deal.
Is that it?
That's it.
Or you could get a real deal. McDonald's buy one, get one for $1 deal is here. Buy one of your faves and choose another for just an extra $1. Choose from the Big Mac, filet of fish, quarter pounder with cheese, and 10-piece chicken McNuggets, but only for a limited time.
Welcome back. We Care is the name of the new program implemented at the Guam International Airport today. The customized program was developed in response to the significant turbulence caused by the coronavirus. GIAA's John Kanata spoke more on the program this morning on The Link.
We're always trying to encourage social distancing. There's times when, families are together and stuff, but when we see other family members and they're all congregating, we ask them and we request them to keep their social distancing. And then, of course, while in the airport and on a frequent basis, our contractors, our cleaners, consistently sanitize the areas where folks are in. That's the deep cleaning and also the fogging of disinfecting of areas wherever the public is at.
Where are you, JQ, with your employees and the confirmed cases that were announced? Was it a couple of weeks ago? Is everybody cleared and back to work?
Out of all the folks that were cleared, Sabrina, we have only one employee left that's still waiting their 14-day process. So that we only have one left that's not cleared to come back to work.
Were you guys able to track how they contracted? Was it from outside contact?
In all my employees, and I'm knocking on wood, in all my employees that contracted the COVID or were positive for COVID, based on our in-house contact tracing team that did the contact tracing, yes, they were all outside of the work area. It wasn't as a result of passengers coming in or folks that were in and got other folks infected. It was based on their exposure at home or within their family congregating together.
I'm just looking at the release that you guys sent out about the We Care program, and it talks about this designation of a safe travel facility.
Yes. So based on all the things that we've done to keep our airport safe, Guam International Airport was designated as a safe area travel facility to arrive and depart from.
Mm-hmm. And do you have any sort of updates on discussions on rapid testing when travelers arrive to the airport?
So the Physicians Advisory Group has worked with us on different courses of action, and based on what requirements they're asking us, we have given them information. But basically, the airport,
And we'll be back with your birthday shout-outs. Don't go anywhere.
We rely on each other to be there in the good and bad times.
Parents rely on me for making sure that their kids are always in the best of their health.
The community relies on me when emergencies strike.
My
My students rely on me to move them higher in what they're learning.
Our kids rely on us to provide them with all the support they need.
For keeping us in touch every day,
For every call and schedule I receive, and for every emergency I respond to.
And with my need to respond in the timeliest manner,
To keep my knowledge updated.
For keeping us connected every day, we only rely on Docomo Pacific.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Goldstone Creamery Birthday Club.
On this Wednesday, November 25th, we say happy birthday to Alfie Silverio. To the best husband and dad, we wish you happy birthday with lots of love from your wife Mel, daughter Jejo, and soon-to-be-born Grayson. We love you 3000. Jaden Padilla, he gets 2 greetings. Happy birthday, J-Boy. You continue to make us proud. May God continue to bless you and guide you always. We love and miss you. Say Dad, Mom, Rico, Jasha, and Jen. And happy 20th birthday to our wonderful son, Jaden. We're very proud of you. We love and miss you so very much. God bless you. From Mom, Dad, Jenica, Jacia, Jericho, and the Sablan and Padilla Familia. Happy birthday number 26 to Jarena Blas. She gets love from Mom, Dad, and her 2 beautiful kids, Ashton and Emery Joy. And happy birthday number 3 to Blue. Mama Maria and the family are sending all of their love. And we here at KUAM are sending our happiest birthday wishes to all of you out there. And we hope you have a safe and healthy holiday season.
And you too can be a part of the Goldstone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. That's our report for tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be safe out there. Happy Thanksgiving.